Just 25 kilometers from the city, there's a world that feels centuries away. Today we're riding from Tbilisi into the heart of Tbilisi National Park, Georgia's first protected area and sanctuary for the rare Caucasian red deer. Our destination, the summit of Mount Zedazeni. This isn't just a mountain, it's a site of ancient mysteries. Long before the 6th century monastery was built here by Saint John, one of the legendary Assyrian Fathers, this peak was home to the pagan idol Zaden. We trade in the asphalt of Saguramo for the steep, rugged climb through the forest to reach the 1,170 meter peak. The reward at the top is one of the best views in the country, a bird's eye look at Mtkvari Monastery and the meeting of the Mtkvari and Aragvi rivers. Zedazeni Monastery is one of the most atmospheric and historically significant sites in Georgia. Sitting high on the Saguramo Ridge, because it's tucked away in a dense forest, it feels much more rugged and secluded than the famous Mtkvari Monastery. So we're going to have a little bit of a walk now. I didn't want to park my motorbike on the side of the road. I'm sure it's safe, but it's just better not to tempt fate, as they say. So we're off to the Iberian capital, which is the old capital of the country before it moved to Tbilisi. And I believe it was built on the 3rd century, if I'm led to believe. So let's go and see what it's like. So on the way to the palace, I came across this. Now it could be the Queen's bath of the Iberian palace. I don't know. So, I mean, it's quite a lot of stairs. On the map it said that's what it is, but until you get there you don't really know. Behind us over here is Mtskheta. We'll get more views of that as we go along. A bit out of breath. So how wrong could I be? I should have known. It's actually a little chapel that's been carved into the mountain. So let's have a closer look. See, now I've come up all these stairs. Take my hat off. So in Georgia there's a lot of dwellings, old dwellings. The Georgians, the Iberians, whatever they want to call in this region, used to carve out caves, or the limestone was washed out creating these caves. But whatever it is, they used to live or make shrines in these areas. There's Mtskheta with the cathedral in the background. On my last story you would have seen it. And up there is Javari. Yep, I am out of breath. So here's the first real remnant of the palace. It's actually a burial ground. It's a female burial ground. She must have been part of the royal court. And they found remains plus jewelry and that kind of stuff here. That's why they know it's a female. Moving on. One of the most beautiful cities in Georgia, Mtskheta. We live in this municipality, so we know it quite well. So again, not that we see much, but this is an old Roman bathhouse, which you find throughout the residency or throughout the palace. So let's go and have a closer look. Sorry about the heavy breathing. I could be fitter. There would be heated baths. You don't want the royal family to catch a cold, would you? This is the king's bathhouse. Of course, he has to have the biggest bathhouse. With quite a view down the valley in the day.
It's just a pity a lot of the heritage sites are not really kept up, because I think this would bring a lot of money to the country. Historians and archaeologists, that kind of thing would come. It's very similar to the Roman camp. In one of my videos you'll see the Roman camps. That's about 30 k's from here, 20 k's from here.
The column hall was built around the 1st century AD. The hall demonstrates a fascinating blend of local Georgian building traditions and Roman influences. Qvevris are large egg-shaped clay vessels used for making, aging and storing wine in Georgia, a tradition that goes back more than 8,000 years. These are the ruins of a small Christian church, often overshadowed by the larger pagan and royal ruins nearby. Some of the adobe defense walls are covered with red roofs. Mud bricks are extremely vulnerable to Georgian rain. These walls were once part of a massive fortification system that King Parnavas and his successors used to control the strategic confluence of the Mtkvari and Aragvi rivers. Thank you for watching Uncle Explores Adventures with Pegasus.